Hello and welcome everyone to Vampyr. Last time we had a very interesting fight in the theater. We met Mr. McCullum once again. We then talked to the Ascalon Club once again. And now we have to reach Temple Church. And our mission is a little bit... morally ambiguous. Let's put it that way. We are supposed to turn what's his name? I forgot his name. Mr. Aloysius Dawson, and or embrace him, I should say. And I don't want to do that. But we may have to do that in order to please the Ascalon Club. That is the current pickle we're in. But, yeah, let's see how it goes. Maybe we can figure out a way getting around that. So I just have to follow this street. Okay. Some Priven.
I said stay on this. We've got one over here. Watch
Hey.
it. It's a killer.
I'm a killer. Or Priven.
Steady, boys. We've
Ouch. Ouch. Like that guy. Jeez. They were very aggressive. I like it. He's shivering on the ground. Let's continue. Walked this path one time before. We made our way to...
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Oof. Let's see. Do I have to go back to Whitechapel? All the way back? Oh no. I have to use the park. Maybe again the underground path? Could be. Jeez, you're a little bit rusty today. Ah, it's a fart one. That's probably through underground.
stupid newborn.
I think this passage will lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
You're mine.
Okay. Ouch. Just spamming the things.
Your feet.
There we go. Okay. We went the path before. When we freed the young lady down there. We haven't met her since. So might have to look around to find her. Maybe she has something new to say. Okay. Not sure if the monsters are back here. Doubt I will have to find that big Volcod again. Who knows? Oh, now there's a beast. Let's get rid of her, not that she ambushes me. Oh, come on. Thank you, lady. Oh, I may be able to take the shortcut here, actually. Yeah. The way I don't have to fight that beast. Not that it would have been like a major issue. I think at this point I probably can handle that one, but you never know. Wait, how? Am I going the right way? Maybe. That's at least how I found the lady, and I know that I got out of here this way too, so... Yeah, I think I'm on the right track. Nailed it! I'm very nervous about the whole Dawson task now. He seems to not be a great gentleman in my eyes, and I don't want to embrace him, but again, like, it's... I also don't want to make enemies of the entire Ascalon club. We did find out last time that Lord Redgrave definitely lied about how he came to power. He's not completely truthful with us, which didn't came as a surprise, to be honest, but still. Enter his mansion. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty close. Can I now open this from this side? Nice. Probably should have done that last time. But I wasn't aware of that one. Oh, unknown people. Who are you guys?
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker.
Agamemnon
like my
Baker?
brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
That's quite a name. You do have something for fatigue.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
Indeed. I've never been good at explaining my feelings, but I can tell when my body is hurting me.
Okay.
You have nothing to be worried about. You should recover by taking this.
Sounds so easy to fight disease. Too bad it's not the same making people smile again.
Oh. Okay, what are you doing here?
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
Oh, not really.
No, I'm not.
Good for you. It's a good thing to have a clear idea of where you stand concerning crucial questions.
Things got pretty complicated here. So, tell me about your brother.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really
Think.
hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my
Pericles?
insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see?
This guy is weird. Very weird.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
Okay. So, who are you waiting for?
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
What kind of trap?
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
And leaving London will free you?
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
Okay. Oh my... Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
I think I saw like this turn the bright red when you can observe something, but doesn't seem to be the case now.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid? Dr. Reid?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles.
I mean, we're
Baker.
kind of a
Does that
kind
mean
of
anything
celebrity.
to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Okay, he's healthy. What are you doing here?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
What? They're so strange. They give me the creeps.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I do like the city.
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
What do you do for a living?
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Why do you want to leave London then?
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Okay.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing.
Yeah.
For what reason?
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
Tell me about your brother.
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me.
Jeez.
He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it?
Clearly.
That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
Okay. Who are you waiting for?
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
But, I don't know.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time.
They are so
hope he
weird.
found it.
I don't know what to make of them. Like, there's something very
Goodbye,
bizarre
Mr.
going on. Maybe if I go further away from them. They had like this bright red that people sometimes turn when I can spy on them. Then I talk to them when I realized. Okay, let's have a look at the map. Oh. Need to find a spot. There's an unknown person. Talk to that one too. We'll do that in a second. After we spy on these guys. Oh, there's another guy. Lots of people here. I didn't expect that. There we go.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
Interesting. I will talk to them in a second. First, I want to talk to this guy.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
Oh.
And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke Doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
Oh, should we do that?
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir. I must warn you, these streets are dangerous, and you'd better be careful.
Okay, so that worked pretty well. He's also fatigued.
Do you need
Let's give him-
medical attention, Inspector?
I'm afraid I may have caught something. I don't feel too well.
Give him a treatment.
You'll quickly feel better after taking this.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So, tell me about the neighborhood.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
Killer.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with a civilian, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose. using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
Oh, okay.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
What do you really do here?
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector from Scotland Yard, investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police. Many of us are sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
And what's the situation in the East End?
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
So you cover the rich and famous first. Why are you investigating at night?
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Virgil Bansha. Oh! Okay, I'd like to report Geoffrey McCollum. I mean, I don't think that would end well for Mr. Albright, so... I've not...
No, I've
nothing.
noticed nothing odd.
All right. But keep your eyes open, though.
Just don't want to get him into trouble.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Okay. Well, about your
What
investigation.
are you investigating, exactly?
Well, my 2 missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems. Are you just that lucky? Or do you know something I don't?
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
Why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something?
Oh, so we probably already
about you,
found
Doctor?
people...
Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr.
Oh, yeah.
All I did was to lead them safely home.
Okay, interesting. So he probably would have tipped us off on Mr. Kimura and Miss Teasdale, but we already did that.
What are
Anything
you
else?
investigating?
Well,
I was lucky and
why do
I don't...
Okay, that's cool. Do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Yeah, that much.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr.
Gather.
Jonathan Reid. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Okay, interesting talk. Let's talk to these two again now that we listened in on them.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear, too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad, and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic or a war.
Men kill each other, while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most. Do you?
The madness of man.
Plagues and epidemics can be seen as an implacable force, a curse even. But the ferocity of mankind worries me more, for we choose what we do.
Yes. At least nature is not aware of all the suffering she brings to us. At least that's what I am hoping.
So how long have you been waiting?
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you,
Exactly.
waiting here all night.
That's
Feels
quite
like
true.
maybe there's some
But what other
mesmerism
choice do we
going on
have?
from a
We are
vampire.
waiting here until we finally go.
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Ah. What are you going to do now?
Heracles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
What about
Hello
Agamemnon?
again, Dr. Reid.
They both creep me out.
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
How long have you been waiting?
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. But the night is still young, and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
I don't understand who you are.
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
Huh. Where do you intend to go?
If you finally manage to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left. And I just can't accept such a conclusion.
Goodbye
How
for now.
bizarre. Okay. Well, look around a little bit more. There's some blood going on here. Oh, and we have a hideout. That's nice. That is always nice. Can we craft anything cool? Stock up on that again. Just to have it. Don't have enough for that. Alright. Leave that for now. Good to have that hideout though. Where would that leave? Oh, to the other side. Was that locked before? I feel like it may have been. But, okay. So we have one there in the basement. I don't know how to get there. Well, that may lead to him. Just want to check out what is around this corner. So I don't miss anything important. Okay, now we're back here. Oh. Oh, it's clearly something there. Oh, here as well. Need 3 people. Who are you? The crime of lost knowledge. Vampires are dangerous, deadly, vicious sometimes. This is a fact and I won't deny it, and that's precisely why we must understand what they are, sometimes who they are, in order to achieve better mutual understanding. Do you remember the interview with Titus Flavius Josephus, conducted by one of us in 1548, when he finally encountered the creature in Spain? Do you remember how each of the very careful chosen words expressed by this vampire warmed our heart each time we read them, for they were all extraordinary windows to a past of which we only have glimpses? Well, Titus Flavius Josephus is no more, since the Vatican's hunters destroyed him a few weeks ago, and with him vanishes unearthed treasures of knowledge about the pillars of our civilization. This is a crime probably as heartbreaking as the killing of an innocent life by a vampire. This is exactly why the path of the Guard of Prevent is as criminal as it is barren. For each time they successfully conduct one of their methodical. I don't know why that threw me off. Methodical hunts on the old vampires of England. Instead of carefully and respectfully approaching them, they destroy part of our common root with the immortals. They wipe an opportunity. The concept of great hunt is a crime, for it blindly kills words and thoughts. From drinking of the fountain of knowledge by Usher Talltree, primate of St. Paul. Oh, right, didn't
Cards never lie.
didn't Swansea say that the leader of the of St. Paul's is here in the West End?
Jonathan Reid.
Is that him, maybe?
Meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your
cards.
pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual
Ah,
friend,
yeah.
Dr.
See?
Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher.
Ah,
Usher
yeah.
Talltree.
Yep.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
That is very true.
Do you
seem a little
require
fatigued,
medical
though.
attention?
If you don't mind.
You'll feel better after taking this.
Thank you very much. I feel better already.
Okay. Well, tell me about the
What
neighborhood.
can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then.
Oh, I can tell you many things, but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Okay.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
Okay, what do you do here?
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm
Oh,
the
he is a
primate of
vampire
St.
himself?
Paul's Stole,
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
the guard of Priwen. Who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Okay, that is a little bit suspicious.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
Okay.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Oh. Okay.
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
Huh. Okay, how do you know about the lives I took?
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell the truth. Well, most of the time.
Is it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
I would rather not know.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. Or do we want to find out? Well, let's ask the other
How did
questions
you learn
first.
about Mary? And spare me the hocus-pocus parlor tricks. The truth, now!
Swansea told me. Don't look at me like that. His task is to observe and gather information about vampires. He had to tell me about Mary.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
About the Brotherhood.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some subjects we consider taboo, in spite of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
Okay, like what's the rivalry with the God of Priwen?
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then, a strength that made them hungry for ever greater power. An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up the books, the relics, not always fairly or with consideration.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of academics and scholars.
Once upon a time, very long ago, the Brotherhood did
I have a
more
feeling
than
that he
simply
might
study
be
the vampires.
some
They took
type of
actions
immortal
to eliminate
himself,
the
or
more ferocious
some
and
type of,
corrupted.
I guess, magical being. Maybe not immortal, but
How do you measure?
I told you,
Is it possible?
vampire.
all right, let's do it.
All right. Let me hear it.
You're on a path to redemption, Jonathan. But be careful. One single trip and you'll fall.
That doesn't sound promising.
Take this, young Ekon, as a personal reward
Oh?
for your strong will. Keep following the right path and you'll reach safety.
Old blood. Interesting. Okay. Well, Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Okay, interesting. That's it.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The Fool and the Empress, again. What are the cards trying to tell us?
Okay. Listen, I wonder if I could mesmerize people to stand on these. But I would have to mesmerize 3 people. I don't know if I can do that. That is... Huh. I don't know. Let's look around. I mean, maybe I can... Maybe something else is here. Let's just look around. In the vicinity. Those are enemies. Oh, there is someone.
The Spanish flu is not the only hidden killer.
Oh! There are a bunch of people. Price's shop. Oh, and let me see where the notebook would be. Oh, there. Dora's box. How would I get there? This is the theater. If we get close, we can do that. Let's talk to these people.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reid? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes.
Must be in the past.
I did not hurt myself recently.
Oh.
I know how to take care of myself now. I'm
That's
almost
good.
a grown-up.
That's good to hear that she's maybe doing better. You're awake at night?
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
Ah, that sounds suspicious though. Is she really accidentally hurting herself?
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
Tell me.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends?
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this Camellia may be.
Yeah. You met Mr. Nethercott. Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Did you think about getting married?
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Don't beat yourself up.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
That sums it
He
up.
said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Okay, I could mesmerize her. I may...
Goodbye, Carol.
Maybe I have to, like, mesmerize people to put
Good
them on the
morning.
pressure plates.
Good
I'm
evening,
not sure. There.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Oh, that's kind. Need more fatigue potions. Yeah, tell me
What
more
can
about
you
your
tell me about
occupation.
yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Have it changed that much?
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reid, you're still handsome.
Oh,
Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
how does it now?
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Oh. Tell me about the neighborhood.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reid.
Okay.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
That's a little creepy. About your daughter's
Does your
health.
daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now, but she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid.
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her
How so?
innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
Okay.
You have every
Something
reason
creepy.
to be
Like, everyone
cautious,
in this
Miss
part of
Price,
town is creepy.
especially in these difficult times.
Maybe not so much
Maybe you
the
could talk with her,
inspector.
Dr. Reid.
Like, he seems normal, but
It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
okay. Let's see what
May
you
I
have.
look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reid. Take all the time you need.
Okay. Anything cool? Aluminum. Oh, not really. Nothing that we desperately need. But I do want to
I hope
ask
you
her
can stay
about
a little longer this time.
Mr. Dawson.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know,
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash.
Oh.
Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Oh, interesting.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Okay.
I hope you can stay a little longer this
Can we now enter it? Seems something has changed.
But they will not be forgotten.
Enter the... Where... Am I crazy? Dawson's mentioned... Oh, that... Do I maybe have to enter it from there? Possibly. Maybe whatever is underneath. I want to try, though, if I can mesmerize someone. Go there.
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of deja vu when I talk to you?
Oh no, but... I want to kill him, but... But if I release him, like... I want to try it out. I don't think it will work, because I think as soon as I release him, probably she just leaves again, right? So I'm gonna embrace him. Such a long way. Maybe we will have to enter there later. Maybe it's a secret, so I want to try it out. What happens if I... put them there? Oh, he'll just leave. Okay. That's probably a thing that we do later. If I would have to guess. Okay, so... Mansion seems to be on the other side. So let's go through here. A couple of things to... Got the old blood. Let's see what I can do with that. Probably unlocks a potion of sorts. Nope. What do I do with the old blood then? Weird. Sodium hypochloride. Have something. Sodium hypochloride. There. Get a few. Let's quickly fix up two ladies. Then we'll look for Mr. Dawson once again.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know...
Do you
Nope.
need...
Oh, yes.
I'm just doing my job.
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful for your concern, you know.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Just steal from you, is that okay? Okay.
I hope you can stay a little longer.
Good evening.
My mother or
Anything here since we talked to her mom? No.
Do you need my med...
Oh, please, sir. Do not waste your time with me. There is nothing to be worried about.
It's
Don't
fine.
be shy. It's my duty to take care of you.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Welcome.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Which should increase state of the area a little bit. There's something here now. 2,000 experience points that I want to spend. Let's do that. Okay, where do we spend them though? Blood capacity would be an option. I think we'll actually do that, yeah. Let's max that out. This is also to level 28. Okay. Back to stable. Barely. Okay. I think we will actually take a break here, and then next time we will check out Aloysius Dawson's mansion and see what we do there. A little bit of an in-between episode, but I think it was interesting to find out more about him, to talk to Usher from the Brotherhood, and get to know a few more people. And then next time we will pay Mr. Dawson a visit. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. If you want to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, go check out the Patreon link down below. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Vampyr very soon. Until then, have a great time.